My name is Mensima Horne. I am a naturopathic doctor, an advanced clinical hypnotherapist, and a transformational healing practitioner. I was born in Wisconsin. I grew up both in Florida, Gainesville, Florida, Miami, Florida, and then also in Kokomo, Indiana. I study acupuncture and herbal medicine. When I decided to make the move, it was in alignment. The school that I chose was starting, and the school that I left had already started. So in that moment, it made sense to just go in this direction. I was already getting information from the body, and I recognized that I can integrate Reiki into that, but I also do regression therapy as a hypnotherapist. I was able to create in one session how I can help support the weakened organ system using Taishan, like you would go and get support from an acupuncturist. And then using Reiki, I can help support the energetic body, but also we know that we're balancing the chakras, but you could also use it, like traditionally it was used for pain or for healing. It's utilizing the divine energy. So again, going through that cultivation process, that divine energy flowing through me into the patient or the client. I actually became a Reiki practitioner. I think it was 2021. Through Reiki, it led me to Buddhism. And from Buddhism, that has been the spiritual foundation to help me cultivate myself so that I can support my patients. 3 years ago, I was overwhelmed all the time because I'm an empath. So if energy is constantly coming to me, how do I process what's mine and what's not mine? But my practice helped me to release a lot of that energy. I literally can be in the world as I am, fully protected, and being able to not be negatively affected completely by what is going on. Energy passes through us, right? I'm a vessel, and I understood, okay, if I'm really a vessel of energy and I'm choosing to channel this energy, that means that I'm not going to allow it to hold on to me, but I also have to be clear or empty. And what I've learned that means is different from what some people will think that is. For me, emptiness is in my lifestyle. And in cultivating my energy, I also recognize where my energy and the divine have convergence. So I am conscious of when it's me working and when I need to step back and allow the divine to work through me. My transition into studying medicine, I was pursuing the arts, and I was also very deeply into yoga and the dancing like cultural dance, and then also performing arts and exploring that as a future path for me. And I went and I traveled to Jamaica, and during my time in Jamaica, I got chikungunya, which is like a dengue fever family mosquito type virus. And there was no vaccine or anything like that. And I used yoga and herbs and food to kind of nourish me through that period. I have never been tested for celiac disease, but I have a lot of the symptoms. And when I had the option to be tested, I was told you can get the test or you can stop eating gluten. And I chose to stop eating gluten, and I noticed that a lot of my symptoms started to resolve, like neuroinflammation. So neuroinflammation, and I was misdiagnosed. So I was diagnosed with mental health disorder, and then later on I found that I have chronic PTSD. My mom, she's like, for most of the whole journey, she's had spinal stenosis. So this is like the narrowing of her spinal column. She did get surgery while I was in school, and her pain improved initially. And then when I was closer to graduation, she started having pain in her hands. There's a homeopathic remedy that I recommended for her. She chose to take it, and the pain started to subside. And not just like, oh, I have no pain. I mean, her hand was red, and she was constantly in pain. And when I talk to her now, she's not complaining of her hand numbing and the pain being excruciating, waking her up from her sleep. I would recommend other dietary changes, and they've made some of them. Finding the right supplements, those are the things. So because I know about what helps bone mineralization, I can send her and recommend certain supplements that can help support that. But I found even with the homeopathic remedy that helps. It's not perfect because, I mean, my mom doesn't live with me and I can't control her diet to the same degree that I would. And she loves to live her life the way she wants to, but I'm able to support her and minimize pains that she's had for so long. And now I'm like, wow, if this was a part of our knowledge, maybe even 15 years ago, maybe she wouldn't have needed that surgery because we would have been able to intervene earlier and actually change the course of her pain, because that pain can create mental health symptoms as well. Balance starts with how I eat. And that doesn't mean that I'm like 100% always clean eating. I mean, I'm 100% like not eating gluten. That's definitely a commitment. But like, you know, I'm not eating pizzas. I don't eat fast food all the time. And if I'm going to eat faster food, I'm going to choose foods that I know are healthy and nourishing for my body. My balance and my joy is cultivated in community with my temple and also in the healing communities that I'm a part of. So finding like-minded, like-spirited people who follow traditions that are tried and true. I find that to be the way forward. Also living with a compassionate heart, right? Like if we are doing for the sake of others before ourselves, not self-sacrificing, but putting others before ourselves, then we're actually living in community, in unity with everyone else, and not just for our own self-interest.
Beloved, stay connected with us by clicking the subscribe button and turning on your notifications.